Did you ever get to see Lia Thomas naked? And does she have a big package?
Honestly, I avoid looking at anyone in the locker room when I'm changing, so I was fortunate enough to not witness that.
He probably looked at you, though, right?
I'm not sure about other people.
You think he looked at you, Paula?
I don't know. I mean, I try to change locker rooms just so you know how to get in there and out of there as quickly as possible.
Wow. Oh, Paula, let's ask some questions about Lia Thomas real quick. Just some typical, stereotypical questions. Since Lia Thomas is a female icon, was she a bad driver as well?
I'm lucky enough to have not ever been in a car with Lia, so I wouldn't know.
Could Lia Thomas cook?
No idea.
Yeah, what about Lia Thomas? Did she ever, was she ever eating some homemade?
Great question. That's a great question. I don't know. A lot of the men on the men's team, they like to go to the dining halls and get their food there, so I'm not sure. Not sure if there was a switch.
You know how most women are irrational? Was Lia Thomas irrational as well? Not all women, but sometimes they can be moody and irrational. Did Lia Thomas have those characteristics?
Irrational in what sense? Because, I mean, the entire situation was irrational, right?
True.
That is true. Did you ever see Lia Thomas's parents? Like, did you ever have to see her parents at the swim meet?
I think they were there. I mean, everyone's parents would come to meets, but it's not like I was introduced to like each individual person's parents. Like I knew like the people I was close with, I met their parents, but
yeah, but see,
I was never introduced.
Well, like this is the thing is you just talked about the men's team. Like he was on the men's team for 3 years. So did you have interaction with him on the men's team? You know, when he was on the boys' team?
Yeah. I mean, we weren't close friends or anything, so we never really like chatted much. But I actually met Will Thomas at the time on my recruiting trip to Penn. So Will was hosting a different recruit who actually ended up committing, funny enough, as well on my trip. So like when you get picked up by your recruit in the coach's office, like someone named Will Thomas was there, and my host was also there to pick me up.
Will Thomas put the moves on her maybe, and maybe convinced her to stay through seduction like honeypotters do with Jeffrey Epstein?
Convince you to stay.
Did Lia Thomas have a Brazilian wax that you know of?
Honestly, wouldn't know. Never really looked at the bottom.
Even in the bathing suit, you couldn't tell if it was wax, though? I mean, I can always tell. I can tell a wax.
So, I don't like looking down there. Do you enjoy looking down there? Especially since there's like a package that might be a little different looking than others.
So how was he with the girls and everything? Like, did he try to blend in like outside of everything and just try to fit in as one of the girls and get in on the girl talk and all that, or just kind of kept to himself?
Was very vocal about certain things, but like when it came to like girlier things, not so much the case. Like I remember this one day when I was saying to everybody, like, let's go get our nails done. And I said, Lia, do you want to join? And Lia said no.
Lia didn't want to do that, but Lia was vocal. But Lia was vocal, like on the team, like let's go, ladies, let's go, girls. Like she was a leader, I guess. I mean, is that what you're saying?
No, but just like talking about, oh my gosh, like I hate this professor. You know, like the usual like college complainy, or like, oh my gosh, like this thing or that thing, or oh, what are we doing in practice? Like not like in terms of like leading the team, saying like swim faster, everyone, but in terms of just like chit chat and small talk before practice, definitely would speak.
Paula, don't you have to put a lot of this blame on the coach, though? I mean, what kind of coach did you have? They had to be a goofball, right?
Yeah, our coach, he was in a challenging position, but he was definitely a guy who was like very lighthearted. Like in always during practice, he would always make a lot of jokes and kind of crack jokes at people. This one time we were practicing, and we practiced with the men's team, so it's like co-ed, and Lia beats a member of the men's team. And our coach goes, this guy, I'm not going to name him, you just let a girl beat you. And the guy looks back at the coach and goes, that's not a girl.
Wow.
He started laughing. Like he thought that was funny. So our coach understood the humor of the situation. So I think that was a very interesting moment where I was like, okay, like our coach really understands like the humor of the situation, but it was also just like really awkward because everybody who heard that was just like, ooh, he did not go there.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, now we really got to talk about the hardball question. I like this argument because I'm contrarian. I'm an insane person. What about this line of thinking. That Lia Thomas has done more for women's swimming than any female swimmer has ever done for it in the history of swimming. What about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would ever talk about NCAA swimming if this happened. There's definitely something to be said about that. So NCAA swimming definitely has some eyeballs on it that weren't there before.
I know. We were watching all of the championships. I've never watched collegiate final swimming, and I watched like all of those finals. So, I mean, Lia Thomas, at least they got some eyeballs on the sport. I'm sure Penn loves this. So is Lia Thomas graduating, or are you graduate? Like, what, are you still on the team? Or my grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself